One of the keys to having a successful organization is having good morale in that organization. One of the things that determines the morale of an organization is how you as the leader reward your people. We're going to talk about that today. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, we inspire. And we've been looking at some of the big things and some of the nuances of leadership based upon the book Leadership Secrets of Attila the Hun by a gentleman named Wes Roberts, PhD. So let's continue on. Today we're going to be talking about how you reward people in your organization, how you keep that morale high. All right? Controlling the undisciplined desire for booty among our horde is necessary for our civilization to triumph over barbaric customs. For this purpose, I, Attila, issue guidance on rewarding your Huns. Never reward a Hun for doing less than is expected of him. Otherwise, he'll doubt your sincerity in rewarding appropriate acts and, even worse, expect reward for performing deeds for which you hold no approval. You know, one of the things that you want to focus on as a leader is, of course, getting the job done. But one of the things is you want your people to strive for excellence in doing it. Now, two of the most successful basketball coaches of all times, one is John Wooden and one is Bobby Knight. Their goals in coaching their basketball teams, yeah, they wanted to win games, but you know what the bigger goal was? Was to play the perfect game. So they could look at a game and they could say, you know what? We won the game, but we didn't play very, very well. These are the corrections we need to make. So they didn't compliment people just for winning the game. They complimented them when they did the things that make winning something that you can count upon. Does that make sense? Focus on getting the job done at a very high level, not just achieving it, because then people will focus on just getting by. Never reward a Hun for every act completed correctly. Otherwise, he'll not act in the absence of your presence or without the certainty of recognition. If recognition is the only motivator that you use to get your people to perform the function, then you need to re-examine the strength of your vision. One of the key things is that you have to have a vision that's compelling, something where people can see that there are going to be features, advantages, and benefits to them, features, advantages, and benefits to your clientele, features, advantages, and benefits to society. You follow what I'm saying? So there has to be a deep, positive why and because, and if you don't have that and just recognition of something, you know, hey, you did a good job, you're going to find that your organization is not going to climb to the level, the super achiever level, and that's where you want to be. Am I right? Grant small rewards for light tasks. Reserve heaps of booty for dangerous, gallant, substantial effort and worthy accomplishment. Enough said there, right? Okay, somebody does something that's, you know, standard. Okay, great, appreciate it, fabulous. But don't go into, you know, a big to-do with them for doing something that was an easy thing to do. Praise those who are simply good Huns. Their need for gratification tends to parallel their level of ambition. Security is utmost for those who risk not. Give them therefore assurance, not great booty, lest they learn large value is given to those who just get by. We were kind of just talking about that, weren't we? All right, the people that will put out an effort that mirrors their ambition. If somebody's very ambitious, they're going to go for that extra effort, that extra mile. Those are the people that you want to reward with great booty. The people that just do enough to get by, all right, they're there just to get a paycheck. You know, it'd be ideal if everybody had great ambition, but reality tells us that's not always the case. Isn't that true? Sincere concern for and purposeful mingling with your Huns will raise their spirits and encourage greater value. All right, as a leader, the more you can intermingle with your people in your orbit, the more hot buttons you find that they have, let them tell you a little bit about themselves, about their families. It gives you ammunition to use. My mentor, Bob Anderson, always told me that when you mingle with them, take a mental note and even in fact write it down what their goal is. If they want the house, by the lake, the big house by the lake as an example, all right? Bring that up with them. Take their vision and put it back in their face. Say, are your actions worthy of having that house on the lake? He always used to say, one of the keys is to irritate, aggravate, agitate, and motivate. So you take what they said, use their hot buttons against them for them, so that they will be remotivated to do that little extra. Make sense? Teach your Huns that the booty of battle is nothing more than wages for their service. Heaps of booty, promotion through the ranks, and recognition as being a mighty warrior are reserved for those who go beyond the normal call of duty. Insight, excellence. Recognize those people that perform tasks that were absolutely necessary and give them the recognition. It's a key element. Grant your Huns the benefit of your interest in the welfare of their families and the condition of their stores. Share your riches with those who are loyal and stand in need. They will be certain to willingly follow you into the mouth of hell should the occasion arise. When you have someone that has performed like that, give them some kind of a little extraordinary reward. Let me give you an example. We used to have a meeting, a company-wide meeting in Florida. I mean, the company was nationwide, and we'd have this meeting in Florida, and people would come from all over the country. They have to pay their own way, I among them, and I had performed very, very well. Now, Bob Anderson knew from talking to me that my grandmother lived in Florida, about 2 hours away from where we were, and he said, "Hey, would you like to go and visit your grandmother? You can borrow my car." All right? That's kind of an added little extra, isn't it? Also, that particular year, I was performing writing business in places where I wasn't licensed. I always had somebody with me so that they could take credit for it, but I would be the one performing, and then they would sign the application, which is perfectly legal. And we had a contest going, and the company had a contest for the very top performers. Well, I didn't qualify for that because I was out in the field writing business for other people. Somehow my name got put in that list of people to compete. Bob Anderson reached out for me, did something extra special for me because I had performed extra special for him and for the company. Care more for the rewarding of your Huns than for rewarding yourself. Your own rewards will then far exceed even your greatest hopes and dreams. This leads me to a mantra given by Zig Ziglar, which is, if you help enough other people get what they want, you will get what you want. It's very simple. Helps you to achieve more, doesn't it? Never give a Hun a reward that holds no value for yourself. Remember that episode of Seinfeld? No regifting. If it's not something that's valuable to you, it's, what are you giving? All right? Like I said, Mr. Anderson loaned me his car to go and visit my grandmother. That was of great value to me. His car, of course, was of great value to him. You follow what I'm saying? Do you suppose that tightened our bond when he did that for me? You know it did. Never underestimate the ability of the Empire or other foes to gain the support and loyalty of Huns you fail to heed and rightfully reward. You've got to be generous with the way you reward your people appropriately, but be generous with them. And feedback is vital. Proportionately, your feedback should be 5 to 1 or thereabouts. 5 pieces of positive feedback for every one of correcting or negative feedback. You follow what I'm saying? Because if the only time that you give feedback is when you're criticizing and critiquing and telling them what they did wrong, it's whenever you give feedback, they're going to say, oh, here it comes again. But if you give good positive feedback, people want to hear good feedback. Not only that, it encourages them to do more, and it gives them confidence that what they have done was correct. It eliminates doubt so that the next time they're performing that particular function, they do so with great vigor without asking any questions. Does that make sense? Aside from money, people will stay with a company if they see that their growth is being accelerated rapidly. People will move for more money. You can't, sometimes people just offer more money, but if they see in the big picture that, hey, I'm learning so much here, I'm sticking around. One of the things that makes a company a good company or an organization a good organization is good people, and if they leave, that's not a good thing. So there's more ways to pay people than just by money. Helping them to achieve the goals they desire and deserve is even more important. Be generous with small tokens of appreciation. They will multiply in return loyalty and service. Recognition is fruitful in that it builds loyalty and confidence and is a bonding element. All right, we've gone over that, but it's worthy of repeating. Now, I cannot provide counsel as to the appropriateness of every reward for every situation. You, as chieftains, must develop your own judgments based upon these principles into a system of disciplined rewards that will weld the loyalty of your Huns. Have some discipline with the way you reward people. All right, have some discipline and reward extraordinary effort with some extraordinary rewards. Kind of simple. Okay? So we've talked a little bit today about rewards. That's one of the nuances of being a good and effective leader. Next time we get together, we're going to talk about the art of negotiation. And until that time, always remember, hey, don't ration the passion, fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.